Hey guys, we're back. So, in Jiu-Jitsu, ADCC is like the Olympics of competition. So today, we're gonna be watching some of the craziest fights ever. Enjoy them.
The Olympics of Jiu-Jitsu, ADCC.
ADCC is the toughest submission grappling competition in the world.
Have seen its stages graced by who's and who's of the grappling world. The 25-year-old competition has given the fans exciting matches from time past. These fighters put everything on the line to put on a show for the fans and get the victory. The best of these matches have seen competitors go head-to-head in skill, technique,
and that is it.
And guts. And only the best has come out victorious. These matches are end-to-end pressure, unbelievable comebacks, and slim wins.
His guard got his back, and I thought it was 3-3. When I got his back, I thought we had tied. And I looked over and it was 6-3, and I was like, what?
That's massive.
For many reasons.
Yes.
Mentally, psychologically right now, I think Buchecha's getting a little frustrated. Gordon's continuing to attack you.
And the best of these matches are
We are proud to announce our channel has partnered with X Martial, the #1 brand in combat sports. From rash guards to shorts, streetwear, and gym equipment, X Martial has you covered. No company in the industry is doing more for the community, with $40,000 worth of gear given away in 2023 alone. X Martial also sponsors more than 300 athletes of all levels and ages, and a percentage of all sales goes back into the community via their Young Athlete Sponsorship Program. Use link in description for 10% off everything in store. And for your chance to win a $100 X Martial store voucher, leave a comment below answering this question: what year was X Martial founded?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was on the rise, and everyone wanted to have a taste of its medicine. Mark Kerr, undefeated in MMA, and undefeated against Brazilians in ADCC, went up against underdog Leo Vieira, a rising star from Brazil, tipping the scales at a mere 75 kilos in the open weight division. It was not only a battle between them, it was a battle between Brazil and America, between Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling.
Leo Vieira. Leo weighing in at only 75 kilos.
Who would come out on top? For 10 minutes, the giant Kerr, known for his overpowering takedowns, found himself thwarted by the agile Leo. Leo's initial plan to pull guard gave way to a realization. The match had to stay on the feet. Leo danced around Kerr, sometimes even taking on the role of the aggressor. Despite Kerr's relentless attacks, Leo remained unyielding. The 10 minutes elapsed without a single point being scored. As the match headed towards overtime, fate intervened. A penalty was issued to Leo, as it was deemed he had pulled guard in one of those scrambles. It was a technical victory for Kerr, as was the proposed floor sweeping that everyone thought it would be. Every Gracie has had to wear the anti-pressure armor anytime they go to battle. 25 years old Kron Gracie was riding on a high with his longest streak in his career when he faced upcomer Tonon, thinking it would be easy peasy lemon squeezy.
This guy, I've been doing really well against top level guys, and I see this guy who nobody sees. It's always easy to underestimate, you know?
Kron was in for a rude awakening. After securing a mounted position, Kron saw an opportunity to submit him via armbar.
I was like going for his arm, and he's kind of getting out, and I was like, oh shit, so I'm like going, and I was like, man, I shouldn't have gone for his arm.
But Gary's defense was up to the task. Trying to limit the damage Kron was causing to his arm, Gary swayed and swayed till Kron's grip of the arm was no more. Tables were turned as Gary swiveled his way to take Kron's back, then transitioned to half guard.
I'm like, how did I go from winning, everything was perfect, and now I'm losing, and the mount and everything.
Vehemently despising losing to a newbie and being down in the scorecard.
And I was like, there is no way I'm losing this match. I was like,
Kron's only focus was to look for the finish with less than a minute to go in the bout.
Did not accept the fact that I was going to lose that match. And when I got out, I looked over at my dad and I was like, how much time is left? And he goes, 1 minute.
And he did. How? Passing Gary's guard, securing the back position, Kron looked and looked for the neck.
When I got his back, I thought we had tied. And I looked over and it was 6-3 and I was like, what? How did...
Finally, he got the rear naked choke and squeezed till Gary tapped.
So I'm getting in between his face and I finally get the choke. I'm like, I'm not gonna give up. I hope the timer doesn't run out. And then he tapped and I looked at the ref, everything was still going and I was like, whew.
It was one of the best moments in ADCC matches for not only Kron Gracie, but for the world of BJJ. The 2013 ADCC World Championship semifinals witnessed two masters at work. Roberto Cyborg, a no-gi supernova. Despite his heavy physique, moved like a lightweight, and on the opposite side stood Keenan Cornelius, who was revered as an innovator who revolutionized the game with his tricky lapel guards. After much defense and maneuvering by Keenan's guard, Cyborg was able to pin Keenan and with lightning speed, take Keenan's back. Keenan was resilient as he fought tooth and nail to escape the clutches of Cyborg. Then reversed into Cyborg's open guard, but Cyborg escaped. And Keenan decided to mount an attack of his own, but his defense stood. Keenan began to push the pace with a series of attacks, but none could bridge the fortitude of Cyborg's defense. With less than 30 seconds to go, Cyborg turned defense to attack and executed a lightning-fast back take into the back choke, but the submission couldn't be completed before the final echoes of the bell. But Cyborg emerged victorious still with points and moved on to win the finals. The ADCC 2019 finals saw two legends of the sport, Gordon Ryan and Marcus Buchecha Almeida, clash to the end. Buchecha, employing his stellar techniques, sought to control the distance, a strategic move to navigate the dangerous waters with a grappler of Gordon's caliber. On the flip side, Gordon showcased his diverse set of skills on the canvas.
Coming now, he's got a very nice sweep from here. There it goes, there it is.
For the entirety of the match, neither Titan yielded. No points scored, no quarter given as the clock ticked down. More than the regulation time was needed between the warriors. 10 minutes of overtime were allowed. Then fate intervened, and Buchecha received a single negative point. The final minutes of the bout saw Gordon attempt a reverse armlock submission, but he was able to secure the win via a single negative point, taking the crown as ADCC champion.
Gordon Ryan is your 2019 ADCC Openweight World Champion.
This one was one of the closest matches for the King. To cement his reign, the King, Gordon Ryan, had to dethrone the reigning king, Abreu Galvao, in ADCC 2022.
Attempting to make history here against one of the greatest grapplers in the history of our sport, Abreu Galvao.
After a lot of back and forth, and even Gordon going as far as slapping Galvao, they finally could settle it on the mat. After winning the plus 99 kilogram division earlier that day.
Here, now he does. He's got heelers pushing.
And Gordon Ryan!
27 years old, Ryan dominated 40-years-old Abreu Galvao from start to finish, from leg lock threats to dominating Galvao until he finally gave his back.
Gordon on the back.
Ryan put in one of the best ADCC championship matches after scoring 12 points without giving any points away.
6-0 for Galvao looking for.
Ryan looked for the finish, and with less than 5 minutes to go, Gordon Ryan finally got the rear naked choke.
He's getting closer like an anaconda, and he gets the submission. Gordon Ryan has defeated Andre Galvao,
cementing his status as the greatest no-gi grappler of all time. All throughout the years, ADCC has showcased some greatest matches and talents. With a younger generation now taking over and BJJ gaining a larger audience, let's wait and see if the next generation will top the previous one. Which ADCC match has been your best?